watch, right? And he's thinking about like what glasses he needs, and I couldn't help but sympathize because, brother, with that Adam's apple plus new glasses, you're gonna have a rough few years.
Damn, the What time is it?
What on earth are you talking about?
It's 2 a.m.
Welcome to the 2 a.m. podcast.
I've
We
been
are back.
staring at the 2 a.m. logo for maybe a year now, and I still just assumed you were doing a High School Musical 2
Oh my
reference.
God. Do you forget where you are?
I have forgotten where I've come from, and thus have no idea where I am.
I guess
No surprise there.
we're only 2 episodes deep. I can't blame you for
The lore's getting convoluted, I can't lie to you
the
guys.
lore. Should we talk about High School Musical 2 then? It's the best
No,
out
Yeah,
of
it's the best
three.
anime.
It's,
That's not today's episode's.
but if it
I,
was, I would come in with the defense that High School Musical 3 is the best of the 3 films,
No, it's not.
unfortunately.
Alright,
It is!
Actually, don't
It
Moving
has
start.
the best
on.
songs, the
Shut
best
Moving
plot.
on.
I
It has
see
the
we're
most
lying
character
today.
work.
It doesn't have Bet on it.
It doesn't, but it has The Boys Are Back. It has what's it? I Want It All. It has that other one that they sing on the roof.
But it
It
doesn't
has
have that
Scream.
one
What
song.
are we talking about?
It literally doesn't have that one song where they say "I don't dance" and then proceed to dance.
Exactly.
Look, that's a strong
Exactly.
argument. I can't lie with you.
Baseball.
Like
Baseballs go brr.
Baseball.
What's the baseball songs, huh?
I'm
I
surprised there
don't
wasn't
dance
more
into
baseball.
the zestiest dance sequence I've ever seen.
I think
You
it's
don't
a
know about
metaphor.
baseball?
I really don't know about baseball. I know
You haven't
nothing
played Wii
about
Sports Baseball?
I played it. I can't tell you I understood the plot.
Wow.
The plot of
The
baseball.
plot, wow.
The plot was you had to beat your arch nemesis, Matt.
That seems to be a recurring plot in those games.
Someone
In
explain
every
baseball to Hagen in Fortnite terms.
One of my coworkers the other day asked me if I watch football, and I said I would really love to start, but I just don't know which season to get in on. There's too much to watch. Which reminds me a lot of One Piece.
Well, I was going to
Oh,
say,
you
You're welcome
speaking
to
of
the segue.
stabbed
baseball,
after saying that.
you know what's popular? Where baseball's popular? Japan. You know what Japan has? Anime.
I think everything is popular in Japan.
No.
Fair enough.
No.
Not everything. I don't think cricket's that popular in Japan.
I don't think
Well,
cricket's
you
popular
gotta
in
know what a
general.
crumpet is to understand cricket.
Cricket is
It's
just
only
a Canada
popular
event
in
of sports.
India, Britain, and Australia. So, like, what's
Don't forget Sri Lanka.
How could we?
How could we
But
forget?
back to Japan and anime for today's topic.
great
Alright,
segue?
what about anime?
It's do you think anime becoming mainstream is a problem?
One
Yes.
thing from Japan gets popular other places.
Thing Japan.
Yeah.
The epitome of Thing Japan.
It's one of those things where, at this point, anything becoming more mainstream can be a bad thing, but with anime, it is a lot more obvious.
I think violent is the word you're looking for.
Well,
It's this, what, like harassment?
I mean, that's a good place. We can start with harassment if that's the
I don't
if
think
that's
we
the
should.
avenue we would like to enter on.
yeah, if you want to enter what's the problem with mainstream anime becoming any sort of harassment, let's talk about the My Hero fan base.
Whoa.
So remember, trying to grow audience, you're the problem.
And it always is you.
No,
The
I'm
My
sure
Hero fan
I
base
won't
is an
take anything
interesting case
personally.
study. A very interesting case study, the My Hero fan base of to be honest. Yeah.
How the My Hero fan base is like the number one problem that has come about.
I disagree.
Yeah,
No, I
Controversially,
disagree.
I disagree.
I've seen what those motherfuckers do to Pokemon cards in the Toys R Us.
That's scalpers. That's not.
But the-
That's
Well,
You're all
that
coming
be
from the same lineage, I can't lie.
yeah, by extension, it's like the family tree. Eventually, it gets
The
down to
same
Pokemon
family.
scalpers.
The same
Somewhere in the
family
middle
of
where they came
fuckery.
from.
I'll controversially say I don't think the My Hero fan base is the worst.
No, I
And in
think
fact,
It's the
No.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood
No.
fan base. But keep
no, we're the leaders
Yes, Hayden, you're the problem.
You are
and
the
the
problem.
solution. I'm saying we were very peaceful when we were in charge.
Then Freerun took over, and they all went downhill.
As soon as the rebels popped up, suddenly we had to get more aggressive. That's just the way things work.
The My Anime
That's
list
gonna be a
will-
terrible TikTok clip.
Don't worry, I'll be the one to make it.
clip that.
So, if
But-
My Hero isn't the worst, what do we think is the worst one?
Jesus. No, that
The
was my answer, by the way.
Jujutsu Kaisen fan base.
the fan base but can't read.
The LARPers. Oh my days.
Oh,
the
Lop?
Lops,
We
Lop.
can't be having that. Give me the flashy
Lop, lop,
fights.
soho. Lop, soho. Like, I was talking about, like, say what you want about the My Hero fan base, how weird they were, how focused
Were.
on shipping they are,
How they send death
Christ.
threats to the
just
author.
how they death threats, like, they were awful. But one thing they did well was gatekeep, alright? Because of them, anime was firmly guarded. We didn't have, the waves of LARPers come in. They at least tried to watch their show, even if they were watching it wrong. But like they gatekeeped well, but then all of a sudden you come 2020, I think as people call it, the Great Shift.
Great shift.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
call
think I
it's called
remember
the
Ang
Great
talking
Shift.
about that.
When the Avatar was gone,
When the
My
big
Hero-
three were dethroned.
when the big three were dethroned and no one was there to gatekeep, Jujutsu Kaisen aired, and a bunch of people who had nothing to do because they were inside started watching it, and then bada bing, bada boom, anime is all of a sudden quote unquote popular now.
Well, I say that's more with Demon Slayer during the COVID times.
Dog is so right.
It's a
I
mix
can't
of
even lie
both of
to you.
them because they both aired at the same time, around the same time. But like Demon Slayer fans only watch Demon Slayer and they don't really talk.
That's weird. That's so like no, but like yeah, I get where that idea is coming from. I think I know like very few Demon Slayer like fans, but all of them are obsessed with Demon Slayer to an extent of which is like I
It's their
really
whole
don't
life and
understand.
soul.
Yeah, but like you said, like there's a lot of Demon Slayer fans that are not anime fans.
Yeah. But I'd say it's the same with JJK. There's a lot of JJK fans that aren't. But they're just more annoying to me. I don't know how to... Maybe it's the constant power scaling and just trying to talk down on other shows that these like JJK... And to be honest, it's the LARPing. They don't watch or read their own shit, and it's so annoying.
Well, as a certified JJK LARPer, I can say that there is an annoying thing with
No.
that show where JJK is really good until you're like sat down watching it and you realize, oh wait, what's going on? I wasn't paying attention.
But then
As someone that owns a hoodie and has at least 3 TikToks of the end credits to season 1 saved on my TikTok favorites, that show's fine.
That's so
You know?
specific.
I'm trying to explain my deep-rooted love for this show. It's alright. It's
Actually,
pretty cool.
just before anyone thinks I'm a hater, I like JJK. I've seen all of it. Same with Demon Slayer. I like them both. I just hate the fans.
Is the public the problem, and should we be more vigilant in controlling
maybe
them?
I should be the only one who could watch the show.
They made this show for me.
They made it for
But
me. No one else.
I weirdly enough, I do think that a big factor in the recent surge of like LARPers for stuff like JJK, Demon Slayer, and in particular where like the power scaling part comes in a very roundabout way, has a lot to do with Invincible getting so popular. Because I think Invincible has become sort of way drug for a lot of like more mainstream normie Western consumers.
I can see it.
where they're seeing the Invincible fight scenes and being like, "Yeah, I want more of this," and then they're getting fed action sequences from anime and drawing the comparison, but they're judging it the same way that Invincible fans judge Invincible.
I would say, yeah, the Invincible fan base and the JJK fan base are basically the exact same. It's probably the same people.
Venn diagram is a circle.
It is right there in the middle.
Well, they will, like, the Invincible fan base will complain that the animation is extremely, like, bad still and all that. And then when the animators are like, oh yeah, we're going to take more time making the next season, they all complain because it's not coming out fast enough. So they have to rush it out.
The Invincible fan
Yeah.
base is why AI will take over animation.
Are they the guys on Twitter being like, look at this AI animation? Animators are quaking in their boots, and then there's someone with like 8 toes.
Yes.
Exactly that.
They make Mark
People
even
are-
more of an alien baby.
People are not going to believe. We're going to have to do a lot of damage control after this in convincing people that we like any of these shows.
Yeah, just
Well,
we do
they're
like
gonna
these shows.
find out that a lot in general about. I guess you and me specifically, Hagen, because the amount of Marvel stuff that we will complain about, we'll go, "Oh no, we loved it. How fucking ever." This one
I
little
actually don't
niche
think
thing.
I like anything.
No, actually, God forbid, we are the problem.
We're gonna sound like the biggest haters, and then be like, "Oh yeah, but it's really good though."
Trust us,
Honestly.
guys. We're just farming for content.
This is a great clickbait TikTok, you know.
Honestly,
Great.
Put this on IGN. These 4 guys hate anime.
Well, I think we could establish not that we hate anime. I think it's just that we hate what it's done to people.
We just, like, I think,
we don't
because
hate anime. We just
me
hate
and
unbearable people.
I don't think that's
Toby,
a, particularly controversial take.
me and
Yeah.
Toby are like the two most like anime fans here, and we absolutely hate like the people who take it like too serious. I remember when I was in college, and someone came up to me and did the goddamn freaking Dio and JoJo fucking pose shit. And I was there, and I just cringed so hard. I was just like, "Do not talk to me in front of all these other people," because it's like, I do not want them to think I'm like this.
I've been there and it's painful.
Oh no!
very
Oh, and
painful.
of course, more recent memory. One of our friends outside of this podcast, we went for a meal, and I, as a joke, said, "Oh, let's say grace." And then
Oh.
she goes, Toby, what do you like to
She
say?
she does you know, the good old Japanese itadakimasu. And goes, that's my grace. Like, you are
And I had
white
my
and British.
my face just like deadpan turned to Toby, and I just was like, no.
Audio listeners can't feel how deep we're all just palming our faces.
But here's the thing, people like her did a great job before at gatekeeping. you see that, and you wouldn't be like, oh, I'm not going to watch anime. And then you wouldn't get this annoying tourist LARPer fan base, but now it's too far gone. The ore farming got too big,
The
the
gates are
action
open.
sequences, the animation was too good. They were like, whoa, this is way better than Invincible. And now they're ruining everything we love.
Well, no, like that's another thing I've definitely found recently. It might be the influx of like anime tourists that aura farming and animes have become. You have to aura farm, or not. No one's gonna watch your anime and all that, or like pay attention to like any of your like games or
Yeah.
media.
Are you talking about my glorious king Sung Drippy Woo?
I was
Yeah,
just
solo
about to
leveling was the
mention.
beginning of this terrible dog shit thing.
Yeah, like I was gonna mention solo leveling as well, because obviously, Toby, you said about JJK fans being kind of insufferable.
Yeah.
Does that also apply for solo leveling fans? And
A
if it
little
does,
bit.
to what extent?
I think it does apply, just not as badly. It's the same with JHK. It's mostly when it's airing, and they're always trying to compare it to another show. So like last season with JJK, there's so many good shows like Freerun or Fate airing, and just every week it was like, oh, which one's the episode of the week? And there's always a JJK fan trying to bring this up, where it's just like we're just eating good with all these good shows. Can you just like shut up for
My
one
favorite
bit?
thing was with during that period of those like the anime airing, because JJK was always like the first one in the week. So all the
Yeah.
JJK fans came, it's like, oh, look how crazy the animation was, all that. And then like Fate and Freeman will come out like a couple days later, and then everyone's like, oh shit, this like like the animation
Mog.
and the storytelling like mog JJK
Mog.
completely.
But yeah, so leveling does kind of do the same thing where, yeah, I think it's more egregious than JJK. I'd argue JJK is such a sad series because the people who like it don't understand that it actually does have a story and it's not just plain action.
Wait,
And the
JJK
people who
has a
hate
story?
it, I know, crazy, right? But then the people who hate it will hate it because they'll claim that it's just action and no story. It's like, man, this poor author who actually tried to write a story, the people who like it and hate it don't care. All they see is action, and it's quite tragic. But when it comes to solo leveling, there isn't a story. There isn't characters. There's just Sun Drippy Woo and his army
And the
who are
fodder.
farming.
I
That's
can't
it.
wait for people to like somehow listen to this podcast, think that's actually his name, and then go into the show and be so angry.
I'm not gonna call him anything else.
people.
I'm not gonna call him anything else.
But
You
no,
will not
I
hear his actual name come out of my mouth. He is Sun
I
Drippy
got-
Woo, my glorious king, Sun Drippy Woo.
Available now in Fortnite.
I got like this freaking thing, a news article appear on my feed, and it's like, oh, next season of Solo Leveling is gonna show like the strongest hunter in the world next, and it's like, oh, I can't wait for him to be like, oh, here's the strongest. He gets his ass beat, and then Song Drippy Woo comes in and single-handedly beats the enemy easily, and he's the best.
That's every fight.
That's every fight.
And we love it.
Wow,
No,
you're
on the
telling me they
contrary.
made Sailor Moon for boys?
Is that bit? I haven't actually seen Sailor Moon. Is that what
That's
happens?
criminal. Yeah, every episode of Sailor Moon is the Sailor Scouts getting their ass whooped while Sailor Moon is off trying to figure out which nail polish goes best with her skirt. And then by the time she realizes there's a problem, Moon puts in power, and the problem's solved.
You're
Our tough
telling
girls
me,
type beat.
you're telling me Sailor Moon is the original Sun Drippy Woo, and
Sailor Moon
solo
is the
leveling-
original most protagonists in modern
Dude, to
anime.
be honest,
I hate to
Sailor
lie.
Moon is like,
She is the template.
yeah, damn.
And we
Solo
can do
leveling
worse.
stole her flow. No, again, on the contrary, I don't hate solo leveling. I do think it's an enjoyable show. I just don't think it's as good as everyone says it is, and it gets overglazed
Yeah,
by
it's
a
no Sailor Moon.
mile. Like Tom, like as someone who doesn't watch as much anime as say like me, like you watch Solo Leveling because it was like recommended to you. So like as someone who kind of with more of an outside perspective, it's quite interesting seeing like your reactions to it.
So yeah, like as someone who is like still very much a newbie to anime and stuff, I was, as much as like I enjoyed it, and it was a fun time, I was advertised it as if it was like oh yeah, it's the best thing ever, it's the hot shit, everyone's talking about, everyone's raving about it, literally the best thing ever. And so when I do go to watch it, it was like a really fun time, but my god, people are raving it up to be more than it is. Like, fight scenes, everyone who's seen it knows they're really good. They're really, like, they go hard.
Yeah.
But the problem is, it loses me to a certain extent when there is only one interesting character in the show, and that is Sun Drippy Woo. He is the only character that has like a proper, actual story going on. There's characters, you can see characters that literally have potential. You can see that, first impression, they can be cool. Like, they can have like a really interesting story, and they just don't go forward with it. Because what they do is they all just gather up to either help Sun Drippy Woo, when he doesn't need it, or just tell the audience, oh my god, I've never seen that before, he's so powerful. Like, they're the number one. But like,
Got glaze him.
yeah. Like, it's still a very good show. Like, it's still very entertaining, but it's not the best thing ever. It's not the best anime I've seen.
Dripping with
Yeah.
sauce, no meat.
Yeah.
Basically. And then people go, it's like, well, it's called solo leveling for a reason. I was like, yeah, I know that. Doesn't mean that's a good thing.
Like, you're allowed to have more interesting characters.
It's called best song ever for a reason. It does not mean 1D is at the top of my charts.
What a comparison.
How the hell did you
Yeah.
whip that out of your ass? What the
Because it's a lie. I do think solo leveling isn't as much on my radar, so I don't know if that's where this started, but I do think the sort of like aura farming, like Kieran said, like the aura farming epidemic is kind of a curse across multimedia now. I think a lot of shows
Yeah.
and especially fan bases are just like of the belief that aura is character development.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like with the let's get a more recent example, the Marvel Rivals Season 8 trailer. Besides talking, like, it's very well animated, looks very good. But besides talking about like what it is or like the storytelling for it to tell the season, everyone is just like, oh, Cyclops aura form, that's it.
And
But
he
yeah,
does.
it was cool
It
as shit,
does.
though.
It was, yeah,
It's
it was the
very
coolest
fucking
thing ever.
cool.
Well, I don't know. What do you think, Cyclops action figure that's staring at me right now? It
we
was
do.
pretty cool. Anyway,
We do have the number
The
one
schizophrenia's kicking in.
X-Men
Schizo
Glazer in
moment
this.
one.
Cyclops can do no wrong, even when he's doing a lot of wrong.
But
But
yeah,
I think a comparison I would make is well, two very similar ones. One of them is Daredevil fans are constantly in shock and awe by absolutely nothing. Because they're just complaining about the fact that Matt is actually saying lines rather than just standing in a shadow. And then that gets followed up by that recent Punisher special, which is, I've mentioned off camera, just 45 minutes of John Bernthal screaming at walls. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm like thinking of like good ass scripts, I think of more than just the letters A and H.
yeah, I would add a G there too. For
Yeah,
that.
these-
And an R.
well, we'll get the pirate special soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But like so many people are just content to, you know, it's fun, he has aura their way into mediocrity at the expense of like actual like storytelling and character work. Like I think of Zuko from Avatar, right? And I'm so scared for the future of that character in like these animated specials we're getting.
Yeah.
Cause like when that character's story arc is complete, like it is in Avatar, I'm very worried he's just going to become the cool, edgy one in the background. And what? Don't get me wrong, he is. But like, I'd appreciate some character work with a character.
Yeah, like just
Some
having
common
mad
courtesy for a
aura.
good ass character.
But I think a lot of
Yeah.
people don't these days. Is the thing. A lot of people are way happier to just get cool, like you know, hype moments and aura go burr. I was at fucking Specsavers today, and
Transition.
Yeah, the number one aura
next
farmer,
topic.
Specsavers.
Oh no, I was at Specsavers today looking at glasses, and on my right there's this like he's got to be like 14-year-old kid and his mom looking at glasses. She's trying to find him a pair that fits his prescription, and he's rejecting any of them that he outwardly admits don't give him as much aura. He says this at full volume in the middle of Specsavers.
No, mum,
And
that one doesn't
it doesn't
have
give me that much
aura.
aura.
I
Well,
can't
that-
farm with these, Mom.
That would be a total aura loss if I wore
I
those
can't
to
mog my
school.
teacher in these.
Now, I need you guys to understand, these guys, like, I took my girlfriend for an eye test, and these guys were, like, behind us in the queue. They were sat with us. I saw them go in for their eye test, which costs, what, like £30? They go through the eye test, get his prescription stuff sorted, and now all he has to do is choose the glasses to wear. He's there for maybe 40 minutes, and because none of the glasses gave him the aura farm he wanted, he just left.
I'll
He
be
walked out
blind. I don't
without
care.
glasses. And his mum had
I'd
to go
rather-
chasing after him.
I'd rather be blind than take any aura loss.
He realized he's a
Cannot
Daredevil
accept
fan.
minus points.
If if I take these glasses to build up my aura points again, I need to start doing bone smashing to get the bone maxing, so I have a good jawline to counteract the glasses.
Yeah.
I did feel really bad because I looked at this kid who was wearing like a football top and some like pretty nice jeans, and he had like a pretty nice watch, right? And he's thinking about like what glasses he needs, and I couldn't help but sympathize because, brother, with that Adam's apple plus new glasses, you're gonna have a rough few years.
Damn, a dreaded puberty for that young lad.
It's gonna be tough. He's gonna have to find some new hobbies.
But so like it's leaked into our everyday lives where it's just, we
Yeah.
must have aura.
Well, worse, it's leaked into the youth.
Yeah.
The youth have begun leveling.
Like, we can be responsible. I'm lying, but we can be responsible with it. The youth, on the other hand, like the 6-7 epidemic alone, the moment they learn aura and stuff, we're in trouble.
Well, anyone who is underneath a certain aura like number in school is basically a second-class citizen in school.
And that was always the way, but now it's a little bit easier to ascertain.
It's like a Black Mirror episode. You're rated on your aura. You're not allowed in. if you
We're
have
so
this much
close,
aura.
and I can't believe it doesn't exist already, to just having like kids walking around school with like the Dragon Ball power reading machine, just reading each other's aura as they pass.
How much aura points do you have, bro? Yeah, no, that's not high enough. You're not allowed in. Yeah, just, piss off.
What's that mobile game where it's always like, I'm breaking up with you because you don't have plus 100 power?
Don't start.
That's just like a bunch
I
of
think it's
mobile games at certain
just
points.
Generic mobile.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess the
literally
answer is all
any-
of them.
Any of them
Yeah.
apart from Raid Shadow Legends.
Really challenging. Negative aura that game.
Your time is over, Raid Shadow Legends. We decided.
Anyway, if Raid Shadow Legends, if you're listening, we'd be happy to take a sponsorship. Thank you.
Please.
Of course.
Plus
Actually, my
aura, plus
favorite
aura.
game. That
Yeah, plus aura.
And you would get more aura,
You get so much aura.
honestly.
yeah, a shout out on episode 2 of this podcast that definitely has listeners. That'll do it for
Real.
them. They could
Apart from us.
guys go download Raid Shadow Legends. It's really struggling.
God's sake.
Can't do anything unless we're getting paid.
Yeah, dumbass.
Support
yeah,
indie developers.
So, cycling back, I do think this aura farming stuff did like start from anime, unless I'm like missing something. It could have started from like some sort of Marvel property or something else.
Yeah, it's
kind
always
of.
been sort of thing of a
But-
character doing something and makes them look really cool, but it's just
Yeah.
that it
Yeah.
got the name aura farming. It's more easy to pick out now because we've
That's the
given
thing,
it
like,
a proper
that's-
title.
That kind of thing has always been around, but the fact that it's like become like a proper main thing of like, oh, your favorite character is not aura farming. He's kind of cringe. He's kind of a bad character. And it's like, well, no.
Well, I think it goes hand in hand with something that I've been seeing people talk about, but like I said, I don't watch enough anime to know whether or not this is just people yapping for yapper's sake. And I respect that, don't get me wrong, find the content. But I've seen the notion going around that anime is being carried by animation, which is a sentence that doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'm sure you get what I mean. In that apparently
Yeah.
a lot of anime these days is solely living for the visual and the hype moment plus aura go burr, rather than any actual form of storytelling. Is that a widespread opinion right now?
That's more for like the normie tourist side of it, I say.
It's more for slander.
Yeah, slander.
That's
From
for
the
fucking
Invincible fans
stupid
crossing
people,
over.
actually.
If there's a good anime airing and it has good animation, you will always find someone that says, "Oh, it's just carried by the animation." You only like it because it
That's
looks
mad
really
true.
good and
Yeah.
it's like
Quality
really
slop.
smooth and great in its quality.
Well,
Like
like,
it commonly happens with Demon Slayer and even JJK because a lot of people will claim that like that's it. That's all they have to offer. It's just good animation. That's the only thing it's carrying it. There's no story, no characters, no nothing. When really it's like Demons. It's a big factor for why these got popular. That there's no doubt. It's definitely their main selling point. But if it was just good animation and then nothing of substance after that, it wouldn't do as well as they have. And so yeah, it's just plain. I think it's just plain slanderous and just trying to like find a way to hate on a show because it's not part of your fan base, I guess.
I guess there is also an element to that, which is anime becoming bigger has led to it becoming. Is anime releasing faster than in the past? Like, is the machine bigger?
I think the machine is definitely bigger.
The machine's
Yeah,
bigger, but
Yeah,
there's
there's-
always seasons. It's not like there's a seasonal thing.
there's new
Yeah, but I
studios
mean more
popping
so
up.
like
There's
when I think of like older anime having like slower episodes, my brain immediately goes, yeah, we were saving the budget, and we also just didn't have the time, energy, and resources to have this scene be a big deal scene. Whereas now it feels like, I think of like the My Hero last 2 seasons where pretty much every episode is, Reze arc level of just shit's going on screen, enjoy.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably in between. It's not like so fast that you're not gonna have those kind of like break episodes,
Yeah.
but it's definitely of a higher quality in terms of like how much is being pumped out per show. Like before, it would take ages to get season twos, or you may not even get them. But now, yeah, most popular anime do like just keep going to a high quality, unless you're like One Punch Man.
What a tragic downfall.
Then you might see the saddest drop in quality that you may ever witness.
Yeah.
Still waiting for that No Game No Life season 2 though. It's been how
Oh.
many years now?
I think it came out 2014.
Came out
So, like,
2014.
12
It's been
years.
2 years.
It's not coming.
It's not
It's
coming.
not
That's why I had to
coming.
read the light novels.
Kingdom
But
Hearts
that's the
level of
thing.
waiting.
Oh god, don't even get me started. You don't get me started. But to say that, it's like, would you want a No Game No Life season 2, Kieran? But it was One Punch Man season 3 quality.
Well, that's different. That's different. That's a different studio. I want the same studio.
Well,
Unfortunately,
guess
they
what? One Punch Man didn't get the same studio.
no. But Overlord did from that fucking studio. We needed
Yeah,
the
no,
lizard
man.
fucking season.
But One Punch Man is another, I think, well, I was going to say victim, but maybe that's the right word.
One Punch Man, show me
like,
on the door where they
Victim of
touch
his
you.
own making.
a victim of his own making, but also it being like popular outside of just the general anime space. Like it was quite mainstream
Oh yeah.
for like an anime that got. And this was like before the great shift.
I mean,
I
yeah, like
remember
even when I
I
wasn't,
first
like-
watched My Hero, there was people who I was trying to explain it to, and they like people who don't watch anime were going, "Oh, so it's kind of like One Punch Man." I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, sure."
It's not, but
It's not.
well, One Punch Man's more like a gag comedy show.
Yeah,
with,
but
like,
I'm more so
action next to
it's
it.
more so like people knew One Punch Man like going
Yeah.
around.
They knew it, which is really surprising with how big and popular it got. With such an amazing first season, that the studio like Madhouse just didn't continue it, and then it got put onto a different studio for season 2. And season 2 wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. And then season 3 happened. I was like, but I don't think the reception to it would have been as bad if it didn't reach the mainstream audience that it did.
No.
Because there was some hateful stuff, like the director being bullied off Twitter, death threats sent to the animators because they didn't animate their show good enough. Like it went to crazy levels that you don't really see, and that's definitely a result of it being more on the mainstream side.
Well, also, was there a particularly long wait for that season as well?
Yeah, well, there was quite a bit. I think I want to say maybe it was 6 years.
Yeah, because you're also
That's
just leaving
insane, actually.
anticipation to build up.
Yeah. So like don't get me wrong, there's definitely warranted like disappointment and hate towards the season, but maybe don't go attacking
The
people's
person that
personal
Rarely
life.
is that the correct
yeah,
decision.
don't attack the person that literally gave you your favorite thing ever.
but they didn't give me it again.
Yeah. So yeah, that's rough. But yes, it's interesting to see. And of course, this has also led to now that anime is slightly more mainstream and people are wanting to hate on or overglaze a show. The least trustworthy source is now IMDb ratings, because my god, do fan
Oh.
bases flock to IMDb in anime now? And
Oh
it's
yes, absolutely. It's like people with Steam charts for video games.
Oh
It is.
God.
Look at the IDM. Look at the this show has a thing. It's like, yeah, because the fan base goes there and just like gives it 10 out of 10s. Even it'll be like negative things in their like thing, but it'll still give it a 10 out of 10 because they don't understand how ratings work and they just have to glaze their like IP because they take it as, oh, I'm part. If this isn't the best thing ever, it's a criticism on me for liking this thing. That's sort of like people like build their own personality towards the properties they like.
yeah. Oh,
Critical
you don't like
thinking,
the show? What did you just say about me?
No, how the fuck? It's
What
like
did you just call me?
it's like with the Flash film. Before that film came out, there were so many glazers trying to, and anyone talking negative, they were like absolutely getting like, oh, how dare you say that? Oh, look, there's a positive review before the film comes out, and it's like because it's being view bombed up, not feel bombed down, which is a bad thing.
You
Well,
just have
that
to remind
also
us that
just
that film exists.
I remember that film vividly and well. Oh,
What a
so that
time.
alone, which is probably for the best. Yeah, that gets into like the wider thing where does anime really? I guess like it's similar to like video games where you just have to establish yourself in order to gain it. But I was gonna ask if anime has like creator following in the same way that like you mentioned the Flash and like for no reason other than I guess they're a sequel. If you hated on the Flash before it came out, you're hating on Zack Snyder in the minds of these people, you know.
I think in terms of anime, you got people who like. It's weird where they. Again, this will go to the kind of touristy LARPer side. They'll kind of follow the studios,
Mm.
the anime studios,
Yeah.
and that's where
Not
you
the
hear a lot of people being. Whenever there's an anime they want, or a manga they want adapted or something, or an anime airing, you hear a lot of people being like, "Oh, if it's not Mappa or Ufotable, it's gonna be bad." Because those are like the two studios that do JJK and Demon Slayer.
and Chainsaw Man. And all
Yeah,
that.
Mappa does like almost
They
everything.
make the
Like,
good shows.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
they're the
like
only ones. But then
people don't
they
really.
don't know any other studios.
Yeah.
No,
And they don't
because
really
none
know
of
the
those.
authors unless they get told by someone. Like they
Yeah,
don't like purposely watch a show. It's like, oh, it's a person who read this. Like with like the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood stuff. The author has a new anime out currently called
yeah,
like, was it Demon of the Shadow Realm?
yeah,
And like I only know that because I got a TikTok saying, oh yeah, by the way, the person who made Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, um, that is another one of their IPs.
yeah. So it's nothing. And then another thing that these kind of same bands do is they know certain animators, and this is a very new thing. I think very recent where they know specific animators. Like one very popular one is like Vincent Chansard, mostly for his work on One Piece. And it's like you'll see like now on Twitter like staff listings before the episode will come out, and they'll see like, oh, this animator's on it, or they're gonna have such a great cut. And it's definitely you definitely pick out people there. Like, oh yeah, these are the ones who only care about the animation, and they're specifically looking out for certain names to know whether an episode's going to be good or not, depending on who's animating it.
The X-Men 97 school of thinking that the one person whose name in the credits I recognized made the whole episode, eh?
No,
Crazy.
I think these guys do recognize, like, they'll go into it afterwards and be like, oh yes, this guy's cut was amazing. I feel like they know, like, the ins and outs of animation. When I really, they really don't. But Yeah, it's just such an odd thing that I've seen come up now, where like they're so hyper focused on just animation that they're even going to like rep certain animators, which is cool that animators are
Yeah,
getting
good
like
for those
shouted
guys,
out.
I guess.
Love that, but like it's kind of ignoring the rest of the show.
Like, have your niche, I guess. And like, I guess like the important thing about it, there's nothing wrong as like a big animation fan. There's nothing wrong with just enjoying good animation. Like, I can't get into Demon Slayer, but I'm never gonna bat an eye at someone who says, "Yeah, no, I watch it because it's fucking gorgeous," because
That's
it is. Like,
the reason
enjoy
why
your
Demon
painting.
Slayer is very good animated is because for like the first couple of seasons, the company was doing tax fraud, so they had a bunch of money.
Role models, if ever I knew any. Don't commit tax evasion, by the way, people. That's not
Yeah, but they're
something
getting
we
that tax
endorse.
moon money now, so it's
If,
fine.
The
if you
silence of that was deafening.
if you looked at like that studio's older animes, it like the animation of them is comparable to like animes that are coming out like this years,
Oh yeah.
and it's all just because they weren't paying taxes.
Well, I don't think it's fully.
Well, no, there's
I'm not
also very
gonna.
good animators, but
You
they
can
got the
sprinkle a
money.
bit of
I'm
talent
not
in
just
there,
gonna
I
say
guess.
just tax fraud. That's it. But I
Just
think
tax
it
fraud.
was found that the like director of the studio was like, yeah, like kind of committing tax fraud because they have a bunch of cafes, like pop-up cafes or like character
Mm.
cafes for like mostly Fate because they did a lot of the Fate
Yeah, but
day
correct.
night stuff. And I'm pretty sure they just found it's like, yeah, this man just had a safe full of money that he wasn't declaring. I was like, wait, did
Uh,
they? Because originally it was a joke. It was, oh yeah, they're coming tax fraud. No, like there's no other
It came out
explanation
like
for why their
so
animation's this good. And then it was like, wait, are
tax
they?
fraud.
But they're not now. I hope.
No, the studio is now in
We
law.
start new allegations.
No, I'm gonna assume they're not anymore, or they weren't to that large of a scale.
or they're hiding it
I
better
think it might
now.
have just been the one guy. Um, they are just a very talented studio. They also
congrats.
and they make really good shows.
Indeed.
And that's about it. But they're not the only talented studio and not the only one that makes really good shows. And same with Mappa. There's plenty of other studios out
Well,
there making
also
amazing stuff.
with LARPers, they don't really go to like other genres of anime. They usually stay in like the battle shonen sort of
Yeah.
stuff. They
Mm.
don't go to like slice of life rom com sort of animes.
Yeah, they don't understand romance slice of life is the best genre in anime.
Yeah, they won't watch a Kagosame Love is War. They won't
No, they
understand it.
won't.
It's the peak of that anime.
True anime out there. Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. They would never
Ah,
watch that
yes.
kind of peak. They
I
would never watch that kind of peak.
They
It's
only
always
watch the original movies of anime of like My Hero, Infinity Castle. That they don't know the true peak of Silent Voice and also I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, the like
Oh
best
god.
anime films ever.
On the
it's
side note,
always
though,
really
a lot of people
interesting
do
to
know
me.
your name, though.
Oh yeah, well that's because
Oh
I
yeah,
keep showing it on Twitter.
well yeah, because everyone that's like one of the I say bigger ones that sort of got
Yeah.
outside of the
Yeah,
bubble a bit.
yeah.
With
My
anime.
lecturer at uni came back from COVID being like my favorite film that I watched in COVID was this little cartoon called Your Name. It was rather excellent, I found.
I had in my college one of the exercises we had to do to like basically get better at explaining or like summarizing things. We had to give like plot or not like plot synopsis of like movies, and people had to pick which one they're interested in, and the person would move to the next round. So it was me and someone else in the last round. I was doing a silent voice, and the other
Look
person
at that.
was doing Marvel's Avengers Affinity War as
Hmm.
like and and everyone just picked mine because it was more interesting
I can't imagine why.
because I was like, oh, it's about like trying to get a better life. Can he redeem himself in some way? Or I was like, oh yeah, cool fight scenes and
Thanos.
the Thanos wins. Spoiler alert. Anyway, there's going to be a director's cut of both of those films for Doomsday, so they can write out the current
Oh,
phases.
fuck.
They're making a
Actually,
director's
don't
cut
even
of
get
a
me started on
silent
that.
voice for Doomsday.
Holy shit! I'm watching
Yeah, that's
that.
right. The
Oh, yeah.
silent voice will appear in Doomsday. The Death Girl, after trying to.
Is that her superhero name?
The deaf guy.
The Death Girl, yes.
The deaf
Just
guy.
move over, Echo.
Who?
Silent Voice generally like one of my favorite films, like top 3 for sure.
Gotta watch
I
it.
love it. It's so
Understandable.
good.
I Want to Eat Your Pancreas made me want to be a better man. Alright.
I was gonna mention that I find it so
What
What's
endlessly
sentence?
entertaining how like non-anime fans like tolerance for anime. Because I was talking to a coworker the other night who was talking about how like he just doesn't really get anime, he doesn't really like anime. He bounces off it a bit too hard, and he was going off about how like yeah I've tried watching a few, but some of the stuff they do is just so weird. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't really like it. 20 minutes later, he explained to me that his favorite anime that he's watched is Evangelion. I'm like, big Eva fan here, but like, just so fascinating that you can bounce off some of the ones he explained bouncing off, like Attack on Titan and Death Note. We finished Evangelion and watched the movies.
Yeah, and the hospital scene is alright with them.
Evidently.
So it's like.
Don't get me wrong. I love those movies and that show. It's hard to defend the hospital scene.
I remember seeing like a TikTok of someone's like, "Oh, I'm going to go and see the end of Evangelion with my parents." And I was like, "No, don't do
Oh.
it! No, not the
That's
hospital
crazy.
scene."
That is crazy. But it's interesting what people have tolerance for and what they don't. Like
Mm.
Well,
certain
Booby,
things,
like,
they're like Attack on Titan's like, nah, maybe Aaron's too annoying and the action maybe it's too gory.
This
And
girl
then yeah,
likes potatoes a bit too much.
other animes are too much fan service. Can't get into that. And then they're just like, oh, but Evangelion, all that trauma's fine.
yeah.
all of that
Listen here,
weird.
your character can be a massive, like, genocidal maniac who's murdered and ate people, but if they're slightly sexist, I can't like them. But the genocide person, I like, and I think he can
Thumbs
be
up.
redeemed.
The fucking-
Yeah.
I could forgive
And-
all for one, but not Endeavor.
No one's
Like
asking
that-
you to do either.
Like yeah, no one is.
What?
But yeah, that's crazy.
What animes would you use to bring people in who haven't watched it? Because of course we are the old friend we talked about earlier's episode. Did make one of our other friends watch a certain anime called High School
No.
DxD. And
But-
for the viewers who know what that show is, you wouldn't show that to someone who isn't an anime fan or who doesn't know what that show is already.
It's a great way to get a teenage boy into anime. I'll
Yeah,
tell
that's
you
a great
what.
way to get a teenage boy in.
But
Because I
showing
watched it when
another-
I was a teenager.
Showing an adult man High School DxD and being like, "This is what anime is like."
This is the heat.
Depending on the person, most of the time,
Unfortunately, I
gonna
can't
get-
imagine wanting to be friends with that person.
yeah, it's not gonna go well.
I feel
If
like
not-
show your adult man friends High School DxD to know whether or not you should continue being friends with them.
no, if they've already watched it when they were like a teenager or before, then that's fine. That's called like development, I'd say.
I really don't know what a good starter anime is, because like my brain immediately goes to stuff like Death Note and Attack on Titan, just because I feel like
Yeah.
they're some of the more tame ones.
Yeah, more.
But even those are asking a lot of a like viewer
Yeah.
in terms of just paying a lot of attention, which depending on who you are, that's like easy peasy. But I know a lot of people who like bounce off Attack on Titan just because they get lost immediately.
As much as like a lot of people would want to like go against it, I feel like My Hero Academia is a very good starter anime because
Especially with like the Marvel
Yeah.
movies coming out,
Yeah.
people are way more comfortable seeing like hit superhero shows.
Yeah, like the whole
and it's, like,
superhero,
Invincible now as well.
like the whole thing of superheroes being in popularity because of DC, because of Marvel, because of Invincible, and all that. My Hero is objectively the best like segue to go from all these live action and normal animation stuff to like the other side.
And you could trust that as a superhero property, My Hero does have a good ending, which at the moment we're not so sure we can say about The Boys.
Ooh, we'll find
Dating
out
the episode.
soon. Okay, so what anime wouldn't you show someone?
High School
But you
DxD.
High School
I
DxD,
mean-
of course. No High School
Rent a
DxD.
girlfriend.
Well, I think anime
Girlfriend.
has.
Oh,
I think
oh,
anime
no.
has the same principle as like comic books, where a lot of people will be like, whenever you have like new people who are like, I want to get into comic books, where should I start? The cliche is to always try to, oh, read Batman Year One, read The Long Halloween, read Kingdom Come, which is just like, oh, read these, read the most important books in comic books, you know? When in reality, every person who gets into this medium just kind of starts with a random chapter of a random book they thought looked cool, immediately gets hooked and feels the need to consume everything from it, and then needs more and starts somewhere else. Because I think like my favorite anime is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but even that show takes a minute before you realize that you're enjoying it. Like everyone makes the comparison that like, oh, episode 4 is where you get hooked. I think episode 2 is really good, but episode 1 has like seemingly nothing to do with anything until like the third season explains why it was important.
Episode 1 of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is so crazy to think about because it is just like, what if we kind of spoiled like a bunch of stuff in the show, but you don't know?
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong, it's genius retroactively, but like, so many animes I don't like. I think Chainsaw Man's another good example where it's like, if you just watch the first episode, you'd probably think, yeah, I'm sure it's fine, whatever. But there is very little to do with the identity of that show given away in the first episode.
Yeah.
Same with
Yeah.
Full Metal, same with My Hero, honestly.
Speaking of which, I think Full Metal is probably a good gateway. I think that's a good first one to watch.
Well, one
For a
I
new-
was gonna
new
say
watch.
is as much as like all of us, including myself, have said like it kind of lacks other characters and stuff. Would solo leveling be a good starter since it's got all the action, and you just have to focus on one character's story?
If the friend you're suggesting Anime 2 is a dimwit, then yeah, I think that's a really good
Yeah,
idea.
if they
Yeah.
find jingling keys entertaining, then yes.
Yeah, if they
Okay.
kind of like poor stories and bad ideas, like, yeah, I think this would be a great choice for you.
Well,
Yeah.
minus the slander. As someone who, again, I think solo leveling is great fast food. I do think it would be a good way to introduce someone. Just be like, here's like what kind of anime can do, can like as animation medium.
Right,
the
but imagine
craziness to it.
imagine someone's
And
first
then,
meal is a Big
like,
Mac.
Your first beer is a Big Mac, and then you go to gourmet. You're not going to start with
Yeah,
gourmet
like,
and then what?
If
then
you
eat
start off with like the
McDonald's.
objectively like best thing ever, and then you like go to that, it's not going to
No,
be as
that's
good.
why
Like the
you
whole
can't start
principle
with
of showing
gourmet,
them
but I
like
think
a
it's
first
rude to start with
anime.
fast food.
Well, the whole thing is
Maybe.
like this is for people that aren't are like, oh, anime looks kind of cringe. It looks kind of like all this and that. Whereas like you just show them like a small, not the best thing, but like a decent thing, and it's like it's just a little segue of like this is what it can be. Now, if you like this, it gets even better.
So
Like
this is
that's
what
the
I'm
main
saying.
principle
What
of
is
it.
the grandma's cooking of anime?
Like
Okay.
old animes or
No, like this is like your nice, full, healthy meal. It's pretty tasty, but you know that like if you went to like, the 5-star restaurant, you'd get this, but on Giga Time. What's like? Because
I
again,
guess it
fast
depends
food
on
I
the
think is
genre, I
just
guess.
not gonna entice people enough. It might get them addicted, but not to the part of the food you want them to get addicted to.
I think, in a weird way, that kind of used to be the role of like I guess the big three, like Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, where Naruto like still popular today, even though it's ended for a while, and people still talk about. People still talk like you're still seeing it get promoted. You're still seeing footballers get the Sharingan, and
Ninja Storm is still getting stuff it seems and all that.
like Naruto did actually was for a while like that big gateway anime. But I think the problem with those kind of shows is that they're all quite long. They're
Yeah.
not like the 2012 or 24 episode seasonal anime. They're like these are ongoing ones for hundreds of episodes, which it seems like now with kind of the TikTok generations, it's harder to get that kind of attention span.
Yeah, because
with
I
these
was gonna
shows.
say, I feel like for me, and I feel like a lot of people around our age, I think Death Note was that gateway anime of like, this is a really good, high quality thriller anime that has its, it has its potato chips, don't get me wrong, and Misa is there. But for the most part, it's just a pretty cool, thrilling, detective story that happens to have magic involved.
Until it's not.
Yeah.
Until it's not.
I think, well, for me, when I was getting into anime, the anime that I was getting people, unfortunately, was Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
Sword Art Online, and then I think what really got me after that was Kami ga Kill.
Yeah.
Gesundheit.
Comic Get Kill, I don't know, was too much of a gateway or more of
For
just,
me, it was more that. It was more like, oh
yeah.
my gosh, look, it's more grown up than
I think
that.
it's
I didn't know
if you
it's-
already, if you already knew kind of what anime was and you were in it a little bit, Kamigake definitely took you further. The same with Tokyo Ghoul in the same year.
Oh
I'm
god.
gonna Tokyo Ghoul. I didn't actually watch Tokyo Ghoul when it came out.
I watched it like just after.
I
That's
think
a show.
is it, however, though, like a good idea to get people started on shows that have like subpar endings just to prepare them?
I don't think I want to do that. I think you want to give
Yeah.
them a show that has a good ending.
Yeah, that's a
Fine,
dumb.
they
That's,
can
that's
enjoy
a
their
dumb-
Or
whole
step
meal.
one, give them a show that has an ending.
I'm just saying, you gotta eat your veggies.
Eventually they'll get there. If they keep down their anime, going down anime, they will
If
find
you
one
keep-
that has a subpar ending. That is just gonna happen.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what I think could be a great gateway anime for a lot of the newer fans is probably like Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
That
yeah,
feels like-
Absolutely.
That actually kind of
Well,
feels like
is that
As
giving
someone
them
who hasn't watched it,
gourmet?
absolutely.
As you said, is that like giving them gourmet like immediately though?
but it's a gourmet starter, because that's what, like 6 episodes.
Nah, it's like 12.
That's not 6. It's like 8,
Yeah, no,
isn't it?
it's
It-
like
it-
8, I think.
It's
Yeah,
like
but you can
full
blast through
season.
that
let me
show
check.
in
Well,
such
yeah.
a way that I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good, just
It is
like
you have to remember it's a
meaty
Netflix.
sandwich to get into.
It is a Netflix show technically, so it is going to be like 8 episodes max. Like it's not going to be
Yeah.
any longer. Than that.
Yeah.
That's a high quality, good storytelling, good ending,
It has 10
quick
episodes.
bite.
Okay.
It made me depressed for an entire day
It
of
did.
my first day of university.
And that's
It
kind
did.
of what anime is all about, isn't it?
Makes you feel.
Makes me
Making
feel-
you depressed at uni.
It's like it's like literally my first proper week in my accommodations at uni. And I just walk into the kitchen just depressed, and I was just like, I can't eat anything. I'm too depressed. And you're like, why is the show ending got me, man?
It can make you
It's
feel
like,
I don't
depressed,
know who
can
you
make you
are.
feel
It does hit.
complete, or worse, both.
God, it does hit though. It does hit.
And then people see my room and they're like, wait, do you have a massive TV? And then people just started coming in to watch stuff because I had a big TV in my room.
Lit.
Flex.
Big TV,
It's
man.
good. It's good when shows can make you feel like that. When media, speaking of making you feel like that, everyone should read Goodnight Pun Pun. That totally did
Actually,
not make
don't
me
start.
depressed for a summer. Did
Totally-
not make me depressed for a summer.
That has been in my Amazon basket for a long ass time.
Uh-oh.
I see it every time when I go over to London. I go to Forbidden Planet. There's always a couple volumes of Goodnight Poon Poon there.
You need to read
I
read
saw
a
that
bit
in
more
fucking
mangas before you get
Waterstones.
to that one.
Yeah,
You-
yeah.
You definitely need to read a few mangas before you get the Pun Pun.
Well, staying on the depressed side of anime,
Let's
what
start
is
them
an
off
anime
sad.
that everyone has watched that has made you feel really depressed afterwards? Kieran, you said yours was
depressed
Cyberpunk Edge
because of-
Runners. Well, depressed in general. Like,
Or I
it could be
can't be
like
depressed by the ending was so bad I want it to like not exist anymore.
I mean, it could be the fact that it ended. It could be the fact that it was a bad ending, or it made you depressed. Whatever the hell.
Or it was
Like,
sad.
what's an anime that had like the biggest like impact on you? I guess.
Negatively.
Yes.
Well, I have two answers for this, I think.
Well,
Go for it.
So one that makes me depressed in a very negative way, not in the sad, but in a kind of just
In a very negative way.
very negative way. I'm not in a way of like I'm sad crying where there's so emotional. This
Like
makes
Crash
me-
Out.
Yeah, it makes me crash out. It is Rent a Girlfriend. It is the dumpster fire that keeps on giving. This show, I've never been more mad, I think, watching a show in my life than Rent a Girlfriend. And for some reason, I can't look away.
Yeah, every time Yumi speak, and every time you speak about the episode of Rent a Girlfriend that you've watched, the first sentence always at least starts with a sigh.
Yeah, exactly. Because if it wasn't for one, I don't know how it's still got. It's got more seasons than One Punch Man. It's got better animations than One Punch Man season 3, which is crazy. But if it wasn't for that, and that the side cast is actually kind of good, and the comedy is kind of funny, I wouldn't keep watching it because I despise the main two characters. The main, like everyone knows, the main character. What a bitch! He's the worst. No, got no backbone. He, but he's just awful, and it's just the worst main character you could follow. But I think the main heroine is just as bad or even worse. I despise her, and the show constantly is trying to tell you how amazing she is. Or the main character's trying to tell you how amazing she is, how great, how perfect. But she's just like, she's the same as him. Like, no progress, no backbone, always not saying anything or back, like taking one step forward, 8 steps back. She's just the worst. I despise her. If it wasn't for any other character in the show, I would have dropped it a long time ago. But for some reason, it's still going. So I just have to see it through, I think. But it will not make me crash out. Too late. It's too late now. I can't.
Too late now.
We're 5 seasons in.
These are the
5
emotions
seasons.
anime fans can look forward to.
You could feel like this too.
Yeah, you two can have your own humiliation ritual. Well, so
I can't
that's your
think-
first one. What's your other one then?
Oh, other one of. If I had to think of one that genuinely made me upset in a way that like, but in a good way, where I was like really sad, really emotional, crying at the ending. It's mostly anything done by I can't think of his name, but he's the guy who does Clanad, or who originally made those kind of animes. Basically, they're I think mostly visual novels adaptations, kind of romance slice of life shows. Like Key is the company that did it. I forget. There's a certain name guy who does it, but like those kind of shows, they'll just kill you at the end. Clanad, Angel Beats.
Oh, Angel Beats. Oh god.
Yeah, same kind of Key. There was a recent one, Summer Pockets. Wasn't as sad.
You just unlocked Kieran's PTSD, seemingly.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I think it's like yeah, like those kind of shows will just like they tear your heart out, and you feel for these characters by the end of these shows. So I'd say that those ones there.
I see. I mean, has anyone else got any other ones that has kind of fucked them up, whether it's negative or bad?
I've already mentioned Evangelion enough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
I'll get onto eventually.
I wouldn't say End of Evangelion made me sad. I would say it made me feel very strongly in many directions that I can't really ascertain. Mostly empty.
Okay.
That thing is a lot, and it doesn't stop.
Interesting.
I think if you want to feel something, watch the Evangelions and then watch, End of Eva, and then, watch the rebuilds because you'll feel a little better, I guess. But I can't guarantee a good time.
As someone who knows nothing about this, I'm already feeling baffled.
I think Evangelion is very good at putting you in a very neutral state.
Are you sure? It doesn't sound like it.
Well, so that it can immediately pull the rug out from underneath you.
Okay, there we go.
Other than that, I think, Fullmetal Alchemist has quite a few moments of fuck me. Anyone who knows anything about that show already knows the main one that everyone talks about. But there's some stuff in the later stuff as well where it's like, damn, you really did that.
Hmm.
I can't think of many more. I mean, if we're talking about sad but not in a good way, I mentioned before, Death Note, I think, is kind of a good stepping stone in my education for understanding, like, maybe all good things aren't always good. I think
Don't
that's like the
always stay
first.
good.
That's the. I think Death Note was probably the first show that I loved that I ended up hating.
Yeah, I'm curious to
And
see how
Trying
much of
to
it drops.
trying to jump ship from that to Tokyo Ghoul was not a good path for me. No, save me, Tokyo Ghoul.
That's crazy, because that Tokyo Ghoul was not saving you.
That was a dark year in my like trying to watch anime that I thought would be like, yeah, this will be my new personality. I think I jumped from that to Psycho-Pass. I could not tell you shit about what happened in that show.
That Psychopath's pretty good. I haven't seen it myself, but
Psycho-Pass is pretty good. I don't remember it ending. And then I looked back a few months ago. Apparently it just didn't. I just didn't know where to go next. Apparently there's like a bunch of Psycho-Pass stuff going on.
I think I was
Well,
watching like
then-
Log Horizon during that time.
Mm.
It's an anime that came out, I think, during that time of Psychopath.
I think that time I was just that's when I proper started my watching seasonal anime stuff. So I was watching loads.
I think anime I really got into was Code Geass. That was a good
Oh
time.
yeah, that
It's
might make
very
you quite sad at the end.
Hmm?
That might make you quite sad at the end. Code
Oh,
Geass.
the ending of the main Code Geass. I haven't actually watched like the new stuff. I can't remember where to rewatch it.
Mm.
Legally. But like the
Fuck
code,
you,
the
Crunchyroll.
original like Code Geass series with Lelouch, really good. Like I loved it so much.
Yeah.
And now thinking about it, it's like the first season, like the beginning of it completely changes as the show goes along because you just can't do high school stuff anymore because they eventually just go past, but they can't go back and do it.
Be funny.
Yeah. And of course, there is the notorious table corner scene.
Moving on.
I think everyone has their own point in Attack on Titan that hits them. I think that's
Yeah.
a very individual experience for each fan of that show.
Yeah, there's definitely moments Attack on Titan that will get you down.
Yeah, as someone who's currently back on it, yeah.
For sure.
I cried when people were reacting to the manga ending and people just couldn't understand why characters were doing things. I cried real hard about the fandom then.
You cried at the reading comprehension.
Yes.
It truly made you sad. Actually, speaking of crying though, like, also the films like A Silent Voice, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
Oh, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. I cried myself to sleep at night when I watched it. I was absolutely destroyed. I had a big cry. I woke up the next day and I felt like the most like new man ever. I was like, I need.
Just reminded me as well. One, I guess, anime film that fucked me up bad. And it didn't help that me and Hayden saw it in the theaters. Was Chainsaw Man Resi Arc. That film is tragic, dude.
Oh yeah.
I felt completely numb after that. Obviously, not gonna like spoil, I guess, if people haven't watched it yet. But
The
like,
movie just came out last year. Don't fucking do it, bro.
So basically, what happens, right? But like, God, that whole thing just made me feel numb afterwards. But I can't tell in a good way or a bad way. Probably a good way.
It made me numb because it burned my retinas off.
I cried when people reacted to the ending of Chainsaw Man and didn't understand the ending. As well.
No.
I cried when people.
I cry when people.
I
But
just
actually,
cry.
to go in the opposite direction, because I know we've been shitting on people and fan bases this whole time.
Get ready for more.
What a good thing though, and when this is like when coming in, like getting into anime, I think Attack on Titan for a lot of people is their gateway anime. I do see like
Oh
Attack
yeah,
on Titan
definitely.
being
Yeah.
the one. I do think it's a good one. But like you see people like kind of saying they're going to start watching Attack on Titan all the time and even react to it, and the fan base is the fan base just loves that. The Attack on Titan
Yeah.
fan base really wants
Oh,
other people to watch the show and have theories. They won't. Of course, you gotta be careful with like comment sections and all that because they
Yeah.
probably will spoil. But like most of the time, it's like they just really want another person to experience this show for the first time.
I think
Maybe
that's a
probably
Invincible
because
double-edged
fans
they
could
sword.
never.
probably like vicariously because they want to experience it for the first
Well,
time
yeah,
again.
there's that, but I think that's also like we want people to watch the show so we can figure out whether or not we need to argue about the fourth season.
That also could be a case, but I
I'm
do
on your
think
side until you disagree with me.
yeah, that could be the case. But I do think it's a good thing with the fan base where it's like they're very like
Yeah.
welcoming and love it just when people watch Attack on Titan because that just means they get to talk about it more, I guess.
And in
someone
general,
else
I
is
think
seeing it.
like you said, as much as we'll shit on a lot of fan bases, and as cringe as a lot of them can be, there is a room in that where it's wonderful. Like I remember talking about like IP movies. I watched, I think it was the third My Hero film in cinema when it came out,
Yeah,
and that was mostly a completely empty theater except for a couple people dotted around. And then just as the film start, like a group of like 12 people come in, just full cosplay head to toe, and just have the best time of their lives. And it was just so endearing. They were so happy and they were having so much fun, and I was having fun with them. And they weren't annoying, they weren't screaming, but they were along for the ride in such a like intentional way. We're all saying woo at the same times, we're all gasping at the same times, and I get to see a bunch of people in Bakugo costumes go, which is just a fun experience. I
yeah,
think maybe obviously like I don't want to like isolate enjoyment to just the correct spaces, even if like a lot of enjoyment unfortunately does need to be expressed in the right spaces. But I guess there's only so many times I can accept the god and anime on my side kids screaming at me.
there's a time and place.
yeah.
Well,
Well, well.
well.
A whole fan base that was a bit weird was the JoJo's fan base for a while.
Do you mean the fan base of Earth, physics, and all that exists?
Exactly, everything is a
Exactly.
JoJo reference.
Everything's a JoJo reference. No, it was a thing for. It might still happen. It was a big thing like a good like 10 years ago, where if you were watching JoJo's and you weren't reading it online somewhere, someone will just spoil like all the parts for you, just because you are not reading the books alongside it.
Yeah,
That's definitely a choice.
It's a very odd thing. And even like the JoJo fan base most recently being to Netflix, deservingly, under every post, where's episode 2?
Fourth episode 2,
Where's
even
episode 2?
harassing some
But
actresses on a certain
yeah,
websites.
but then it got to a point where it would be a post just completely unrelated, just some random person, and the first comment you'll see is, "Where's JoJo's episode 2?" It's like this. What's that? What does that got to do with this person here?
Well, it's
This
not
is a
the
video
same as
about
that
cooking. Like,
one account he was trying to like spread Transformer 1. Have you seen that?
You mean My
oh
Hero?
yeah, the
Yeah, the
goat.
one, the goat, he went on every single website just like trying to just like get people to watch
He,
Transformers
he was
1.
fighting God's work. He was doing
Honestly,
God's battles.
may
Try
he
and get.
rest in peace.
May he rest in
He's
peace.
still
What a good
alive, but
film.
like, what a great
What
film. You want to
He's
talk
still
about
alive, but
animated
the dream
things
is
that
dead.
left me feeling sad? The fact that no one watched that movie.
yeah,
But
honestly,
shame the Wild Robot came out in the UK the same time they released it in the UK.
sabotaged. Frankly,
what competing fan bases?
But what about, but
the
also
robot fan base.
the robot fan base.
Robot
But
fans were
also,
eating good that week.
but
True.
also, like, if you saw any promotion for that film, do you want to go and see the film with a dentally conscious Optimus Prime on the cover?
Yeah, I will say the trailers
Yeah, no,
didn't
the
help it.
The
marketing
trailers.
did
The
that film
marketing,
dirty.
it's like they did that on
Paramount
purpose.
honestly just kind of needs to get slapped in the face a little bit because we're 4 for 4 now on them just fucking shit up. We got the Avatar film that just leaked, Transformers 1 not existing. No
Don't
one
watch the
has
leak as
watched
well.
Dungeons
Actually
and
support the people
Dragons.
that put work into it, by the way.
Are they making the He-Man movie that's coming out?
I don't know.
Because I have a bad feeling that film's gonna be really good, and not a
What would you
single
mean? It
person's gonna
has
watch
Jared
it.
Leto in it.
Good job.
It's gonna make $1 more billion.
But am I gonna go and watch it? Yes, because why not?
It looks really good.
May I start
What?
another topic in the anime discussion?
Sure.
Go on.
You're welcome.
Specifically for what? Specifically for Toby and Kieran.
What?
What's your beef with Crunchyroll? As someone who's not in the know,
Oh, you saw my notes on the episode 2 doc.
mayhaps, mayhaps.
That's also
Like for the people that don't know,
But,
Well, should
but
we-
mainly
yeah.
being me.
I think most people know Crunchyroll is the main streaming service for anime.
Yeah.
It's the main one there. But sometimes it just feels like they don't actually care.
Well, they buy
About
out like
the show?
another streaming service for anime. Was it Funimation?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Funimation.
Yeah, and they like all the people who had stuff from Funimation, they just didn't give
Yeah, just
to
got rid
them,
of
so
it.
they just lost a bunch of money from the people who spent money on Funimation. They lost all their money from like stuff they brought from there. Their subbing is pretty naff.
Yeah, like it's one of the big ones is egregious when it comes to their subbing and stuff. Is like ReZero, like a very popular series that it just feels like they don't care about. Like constant mistranslations, constant weird promotion to where they like half-ass it. It's like this is a popular show that does well, but like they're just not giving it like what it deserves. And then like randomly taking off other shows from the platform so you just can't watch it legally anywhere.
Yeah.
Or
So that was my thing, because didn't they
Price
start off
hikes.
as one of those sites?
I'm not entirely certain on the origin myself, but I think so. Or at
Because
least they started
that's
off
what I saw
being a
recently.
bit, under the water.
Where like they started off as one of those very sites, and then obviously it got popular, and then it got like became an official thing that people can use and do a subscription for, and now they're taking down the very sites that it used to be. Like I saw that as a thing that people like Crunchyroll's
Yeah.
getting massive shit for.
On top of like increasing their subscription prices and
Yeah.
but
Also,
like,
the
not
money
improving
going
anything.
to original shows, which are pretty like mid. So I
God, yeah. That was the
not
main
good.
reason. One of my main reasons for never really subbing the Crunchyroll. 'Cause it's just like I just didn't trust what they were doing with my money. I don't feel it's like your whole thing is like you're meant to be supporting the anime industry. Like you paying for Crunchyroll is you putting towards those studios and the actual industry itself. But then like come out and you see like, oh yeah, we're making High Guardian Spice, which just it's like, is this what my money is gonna go towards? Like
It looks more like a cartoon for like a American cartoon than a like anime, and also it just wasn't that good.
And then they also do it's like, oh, we're gonna adapt these manhwas, these Korean, which is like basic Korean mangas or manhwas, popular manhwas, like Tower of God,
God,
God of High School, and I forgot what the other one was, but they've probably done a couple. And like the only semi decent one was the first season of Tower of God.
Yeah.
And then the rest were just like rushed or something was wrong with them, and it just felt like it's like I feel like whatever country was doing with, and then it's their award show as well. Probably the worst award shows out of all of them, the Crunchyroll Anime Awards.
Why is that?
Well, I think my problem with award shows is that like there's not enough variety.
Never.
And just how they kind of are presented aren't done well. And I feel like the Crunchyroll Anime Awards just does it the worst. Like every category is just the same thing over and over again. You could clearly tell they have their favorites. And it's just like, it just feels like a slap in the face to any fans trying to watch it. Like their first one ever, like Yuri on Ice won like every category in Anime of the Year, I think. And anyone who's actually seen and watched that show just knows it doesn't deserve it.
And of course, I think the year after that was the My Hero year, where they won a single category.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, My Hero season 2 was amazing, but it really just felt like a popularity contest most of the time.
Good example, I think, was the last year or the year before when Solo Leveling season 1 won Anime of the Year.
Yeah, over
Yeah,
Free Run.
Yeah, Free
Yeah,
Run,
it
which is
did.
like a beautifully
Because it's
written
so obvious people were voting for it because they were thinking it was like they were just
season 2.
voting for Solo Leveling because like, oh yeah, we're gonna include season 2 here. It's like you're trying to tell me season 1 of Solo Leveling is better than anything else nominated? Are you kidding me? Which I
Mm,
guess that's a problem with the fan base as well. Going back to them shitting on them again, but I think it's a problem of Crunchyroll with just how they do their award shows.
just how they
Again,
go
it's just
about
like
it.
how they go about it. It's just like, yeah. So like I don't think they actually support the industry the way that we would want them to. And so like it's like my money's going towards bad original shows, bad award shows, and bad business practice. Great.
I think
Oh shit!
I think Agent K from Men in Black 1 put it best, where
For God's
as much as
Anyway,
the person
Crunchyroll
can be
sponsor us.
smart, people are just stupid.
Oh, yes.
They flock and just make decisions entirely based on impulse. And unfortunately, it's very easy to do that when, everything is at our fingertips.
Yeah.
Oh,
And like we kind of touched on earlier, but like a lot of fan bases these days do kind of have to become a cult to an extent. Because is it multi fandom? Is an identity going around where it's like, no,
Yeah.
don't. Sorry, I enjoy at least two things. Like what?
excuse me. I actually like multiple things. It's a bit. I'm not like other people,
I'm a bit
right?
out there.
I'm
I
in a
like other.
multi fandom.
It's like I'm
I
just a
like
fan of
chips
each.
and potatoes.
Uh,
Yeah, I just find that odd that multi fandom's a thing now because of how cult like individual fandoms have begun. That you can't
motherfuckers
simply
who can't pick a
say,
side.
yeah, you can't simply say that you like anime. You have to be part of a multi fandom. Like what? That's crazy.
shall we move on to the little game show?
I think it's
Let's.
game time.
It's game time.
I lost the game.
Right. So,
Piss
will
off.
everyone like to go to the
I'm sorry,
Google
viewers. I lost the
Slides in the
game.
document? I will. What?
Sorry, no, don't go on.
I'm gonna. This is my game show. All right. So everyone, go to the Google Slides for episode 2 quiz.
I feel misled in how much I'm enjoying this opening slide.
Is everyone there?
Yep, I'm
You got
here.
me.
Anyone want to read out the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the totally historically accurate quiz, Fate Edition, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
What does Dante have to do with it?
You'll
That's the part
see.
I'm excited for.
All right. So shall we go to the first question?
Yes.
I
Okay,
know
so
this one.
Quiz one.
Don't say anything. It's going to be more Tom then via the question to see if he gets this right. So,
Yeah,
in
I
this,
would know a lot of these.
yeah, I try to pick some that you wouldn't.
That's why I said a lot.
Yeah. So this is going to be going through the Fate series. The Fate series is well known for having historical and fictional characters and them not being the right gender or how they are meant to look like. And I'm going to have these people. Toby will have the most experience actually knowing what some of these people are. But the
Lovely.
other two is going to be funny trying to make them figure out who they are.
Woo.
All right.
Let's
So
keep
Wahoo.
guessing.
question 1. There's 4 options here. Is it John d'Arc, Ulteria Pendragon as B, C. Nero Claude S, or D. Daramund Dabahani? I never usually say that character's full name.
I see we gave up.
The Boonie.
Dabuni.
Wow.
Okay, so Tom, which one do you think? Is this a blonde hair anime woman with armor on?
This just
For the
looks like
audience.
Historia. Like this is
Well,
just
from Attack on
Historia
Titan.
in armor.
Maybe.
Jesus
That is
Christ.
incorrect.
Christ, what do I pick?
You can
Probably
ask
one I can actually
questions, but besides,
Yeah,
You get a
ask-
lifeline.
ask question. What could I possibly ask here?
oh no.
Well, Hagen says
exactly.
he might know who it is. Hagen,
Yeah, Hagen, who do you think it is?
I'm
as someone who's
pretty
watched
sure,
maybe-
as someone that's 3 episodes into this show, that it's A.
John the Ark. All right.
I was gonna go A. I was like that. That's the only name that rings a bell.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I shall also
So-
go A.
Shall I
Alright.
make my guess?
Yeah, so you two can change when Toby makes us guess, all right? Because Toby does know who this person is.
Toby will be saying every answer.
Maybe. The
Maybe
answer
you
for this
could-
one is B.
Yeah, Orteria
Oh.
Pendragon, or also known as King Arthur.
Yeah.
In the Fate universe, this is what King
What?
Arthur is. But
Yeah.
also, there is a male version of King Arthur, which is from the prototype Fate series, which was the original concept of the Fate series. But the creator thought, why would people want to play a woman getting fucked by King Arthur? Let's change it so you're a guy fucking King Arthur instead.
Yes, this was
Neil-
originally a visual novel that you could with sex scenes.
Joan d'Arc is a character in the Fate series, also a blonde woman that is, but is actual right gender for Joan d'Arc. Nero Claudius is, of course, the Roman Emperor Nero Claudius, also a woman, and also looks eerily similar to the King Arthur character.
Well,
Diamond-
instead of Jeanne d'Arc, they're saber faces. That's the
They're
the
saber
concept
faces,
with
it's
them.
called. There's
Yeah.
many names for them. There's like Saber of Red and Red Saber. Don't get them mixed up. Diamond is just a Celtic hero that is like a 4-star in Fake Grand Order.
Hell yeah.
Lit.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, question 2.
Moving on.
All
Okay, I
right.
don't know this one.
What is
Okay, so
that?
this is a tall gentleman with brown hair and a beard. Is it A, Napoleon, B, Gilles de Rais, C, Gilderais, thank you. Toby, do you want to
What? Okay, fine. Bartholomew Roberts or Roland?
The word tall was
Yeah, I feel like
used.
it's not Napoleon. Because surely
I was
he's
gonna
not
say, if
tall.
that is Napoleon, I will just crash out. I will get
Uh-huh.
emotional.
He's not meant to be tall. That's the whole
Motherfucker looks
point.
like a
But there is a
Bartholomew.
By the
big
way-
cannon.
Yeah, that is his weapon he uses, that
Yeah, it's a
cannon.
big... I'm pretty sure.
He looks like
I
a
do know it's-
Bartholomew.
I know it's not B.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't-
I know Toby's definitely seen Gillis because he's seen both forms of
Yeah.
Gillis.
But I'm not sure about C or D.
I'm not gonna
So-
lie. I don't understand the option for D.
Roland.
King, I think it's is it Roland?
Roland-
Of the Charlemagne
Oh,
Knights?
I can't say who Roland is, of course.
Roland's
he's
my
like one
mate
of the-
from like down the road.
Does he look like this?
No,
See, look,
he's
yeah,
blind.
I found your friend and did this.
I'm
Found
gonna
your
guess.
friend, put them in AIR,
C.
and this came out.
I'm gonna
You
guess
get-
C.
I guess Bartholomew.
Yeah.
I'm gonna test the waters and go with Napoleon,
Okay.
just to understand the disparity potential.
It just looks like a Bartholomew to me.
Well, okay, so we got 2 for Bartholomew and 1 Napoleon, right?
Yeah.
So congratulations, Hagen, you got us right. This is Napoleon.
I want to drink
What the
tonight.
fuck?
I'm gonna drink tonight. I'm
So
getting,
the
I'm getting
reason
my shots
why
ready.
he is, by the way, he is canonically 6 foot. This is confirmed. Is when he went to the Throne of Heroes, he asked for Holy Grail. Is when he comes back or summoned as a heroic spirit, that he isn't small, so people can make fun of him. But the Holy Grail then puts a caveat that he must fall in love with someone random every time he spawns in, but he still loves his wife.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, quick explanation
Yes.
for those who don't know Fate. The main thing is basically a tournament where these 7 masters will summon a heroic spirit from like the Throne of Heroes. Basically, they get a summon to fight for them. And one of these summons will be a historical or like legendary fictional figure. So like when a historical figure dies, that entered into the Throne of Heroes, and then they could be summoned into the war.
Yeah.
Sure.
I
Gillis,
draw Napoleon.
Roland is a French person. He's part of the Chevalier Knights with
Yeah.
Charlemagne. He's like basically the French version of the Knights of the Round Table people.
Yeah.
Oui.
All right, question 3.
Alright.
Okay, we got a small boy. He's blonde. Is
He
it
is.
A. Abigail Williams, B. Space Ishtar, C. Voyager, or D. Odysseus?
Hey.
Any questions?
So conflicted, dude.
I mean, he looks like someone who goes on voyages.
I could say it's not B. I'm pretty sure.
Space Ishtar.
I'm pretty sure it's not
That
B.
was the one I was gonna go for.
Because he's in space.
Yes.
The
I'm
square
pretty sure
hole.
it's not B. I honestly don't know.
I'm just gonna go for the one that if it is correct, I'm gonna be mad. So I'm gonna go Odysseus.
Odysseus.
I'm getting big voyaging energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll go Abigail Williams then. We'll cover one of them. Us will be right.
Yeah. So once again, Hagen, you got this. You are 2 point. You're
Damn.
1 point ahead
Okay.
of Toby so far.
Wait, we're pointing
Tom
now.
has 0, and
We're pointing
Toby
now.
has
They fly
1.
now.
Wait, we
If I
find
know.
that. So basically, Abigail Williams is one of the people who was trialed in the Solemn Witch trials.
Lit.
A Space Ishtar is a original character from Fate of the goddess Ishtar in the Star Wars parody event in Fate/Grand Order called Saber Wars.
Well, of
C.
course.
Voyager is actually the Space Voyager
Oh yeah.
drone that was sent into space by the Americans.
Yeah.
So this is meant to be that. This is Voyager.
Interesting.
And Odysseus is a character in the Fate universe. The only version we have properly is from Fate/Grand Order Lost Boats, and it is a version of Odysseus which has nanomachines in, and his big
Nanomachines.
yeah, because it's a whole thing about nanomachines.
Nanomachines.
The Greek gods were actually spaceships. The Lost Boat stories is fucking crazy.
But yeah.
Yep. All right. Question 4. All right.
There is a lot going on.
So this is a sort of alien-like creature.
I think I do know this one.
With a sort of like jellyfish behind them, and they're a orange-haired woman. Is it A. Wolfgang? I'm laughing at because I never doing this one. Is it Wolfgang Amundus
Amadeus.
Amadeus Mozart? B. Hans Christian Andersen? C. Vincent van Gogh? Or D. Antonio Sarori?
Alright, what were you thinking, lads?
I mean, the background looks pretty Van Gogh-y.
That's the thing. It just is.
I've been lied to before.
Can ask.
And
I'm
Van
going
Gogh
Van
was a
Gogh.
redhead. Yeah, I'm getting
By the
Van
way,
Gogh.
Look at that
You go
Doctor
back.
Who episode. I'll go Van Gogh.
Don't remind
Yeah.
me. Don't bring back tears.
Speaking of an episode that
Okay,
gives
Tom,
makes
what did you
feel.
pick?
I am going with my boy Vincent.
The Van Gogh
Vincent
squad
Van
is
Gogh.
here to stay.
So
Yeah,
congratulations, all three. This is like the easiest one. Van Gogh. Because trying to find a picture of this character without the fucking background is impossible. Or anything else that reveals their thing. Because the first version of this is them holding a sunflower. So this is Vincent van Gogh. They are part of the foreigner class, which is
Naturally.
mostly a bunch of servants, which usually go to a more like alien, Eldritch Horror sort of view with them most of the time with the foreigner class. Wolfgang, we all know who Wolfgang Mozart is. Hans Christian Andersen, I'm sure we all know who that is, right?
Indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kylo Ren killed him.
Yep. And D. Antonio Salieri is a composer that people thought killed Mozart. That's
Yeah.
why.
Crazy beef.
Okay, question 5. Okay.
This is just what would happen if Tom and Toby had a baby.
Hey yo.
So this is a long-haired
So, hey, none
black
of
hair
that.
woman with a skeleton behind them. Is it Oda Nobunaga? Is it Oda B. Oda Nobusuka? Ah.
Let's
For the
try
audio
again. Try again.
listeners, Kieran just nutted.
Try
Oda
again.
Nobu Katsu.
Yeah.
C. Senji Morimasa. Or D. Senno Riku.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
I want to say that this is Nobunaga solely for like the outfit,
Uh-huh.
but it feels wrong.
How does it feel wrong? What's the problem?
Well, I'm not a scholar in Oda. Got me doing it now. I'm not a scholar in Nobunaga, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't a little girl.
I'm pretty sure King Arthur wasn't a blonde-haired one.
Was Vincent Van
Unless
Gogh a little green, little like an orange-haired
Is
alien
Van
girl?
Gogh an alien that has like basically like abandonment issues and will just cling to you and is scared of being told off?
I didn't ask him, but the it feels like the design feels a little too modern to be Nobunaga.
As a little note for the Fate series, that means jack shit sometimes.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go with Oda Nobunaga.
I think I know it's. I'm pretty sure I know it's not Muramasa.
No, I
So
don't.
I'm
see
gonna go
Sephiroth
Nobunaga as
anywhere.
well because I don't know the other two. I'm just gonna go Nobunaga.
So, Tom, what are you picking?
I'm gonna go with the expert. I'm lost here. Nobunaga. I don't
Okay,
know why I
all
was
you
so
got
inputted
that
that.
right. It is Nobunaga. Then.
That's crazy.
Christ.
This is one of many different versions of Nobunaga.
Yeah, there would be.
He was just that guy.
It's a in the Figure order. There's always a special event thing with like this time period of like historical people, and Nobunaga's always there. Question 6. Now this is why I say featuring Dante.
Did you just spoil it?
Well, no, because there's
So I'm
also
gonna go
multiple
Dante.
options here.
Oh wait, yeah, there's two Dantes.
So is it A. Dante Alighieri, B. Edmond Dante, C. Solomon, or D. Mephisto
Mephistopheles.
Mephistopheles?
This was Mephistopheles.
Okay, so I think we can write off Solomon and Mephistopheles, hopefully.
Well, yeah, I'm
Unless
pretty sure
Kieran
like
has baited us.
that baited you with also the opening slide.
So which
Yeah, that
Dante
would
are
be
we gonna
crazy.
guess? Which Dante is it?
Ah, wait, did Kieran put Alligator in A just because it has A in it?
Probably.
No, I just was taking character names.
Fair enough.
I see. So anyway, I'm gonna go with A because of that.
Hagen?
I like the accent on B.
Okay, go for Edmund Dante.
Like
I'm
the
gonna
accent.
go B as well.
I just can't help but feel like Kieran might be baiting us.
He could be.
Tom, you got it right. It is.
You have
A.
got to be kidding.
So this is Dante from Dante's Inferno. When this character came out in the Figurant order, the book that is Dante's Inferno sold out in the world because of
Christ.
how many people really liked this character. Edmund Dante is a different person completely. Solomon is a very important character
Yeah.
in the Figran Order. Like, he's a massive, like, fan favorite. Mephistopheles is a clown.
Well,
Yeah,
look at that.
literally, he's just like a low rank clown guy, bit of a dick.
Look at that. Anime and video games making people read literature.
I know, yeah. Imagine that.
As the Lord intended.
He's
Yeah.
part of the Avenger class as well. All right, question 7.
This one's evil.
What's that?
So, is it A? It's by the way, it's a Hassan.
Oh, I wonder. Which one of
A.
them shocked their dog?
Oh, you beat me by a second, you motherfucker.
Is it A, Hassan of the Curse Arm? B, Hassan of the 100 Personality? C, Hassan of the Old Mountain? Or D, Hassan of the Shining Star?
Well, I don't see a cursed arm.
And I don't see Arsene.
Persona.
Thanks. I can see a shining star.
Bitch, where?
Fucking where do you see that?
This
Have
belly
you guys
button?
heard of a belly button?
That's a tattoo.
Yeah, of a shining star.
Ooh.
But this
Motherfuckers
could
don't be
be
zooming
set
in
on an
now.
old mountain.
He does
Does
look
look
like he's
quite
on an old
old.
mountain. I'm gonna go with that.
You have an Old Mountain, huh?
I'll go shining star.
Shining
To be
Star.
fun.
Okay. I think I do know this one. Mostly because of process of elimination. So I'm gonna go D, Hassan of the Shining Star.
So Toby and Hagen is right. It is Shining Star.
Yeah.
Toby, you will not seen this one before because this is a new one.
Well,
Like,
no,
like,
but I know it because I know who the Cursed Arm is. I know who the 100 Persona is, and I know who the Old Man of the Mountain is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because I know which three those are, I know this one.
So this the Hassans is basically a group of people, or it is a leader of a people who is like known for assassinations, and each one of them basically gets a power that gives them the title of whatever. So Curse Arm has a Curse Arm. 100% persona is because there's so many that they didn't know, and it was like 100 persona. Old Mountain is basically the original. It's the old one. It is a very, in the Fate universe, one of the grand servants. So it's one of the top characters in the Fate universe. Shining Star is actually a Hassan that was with Old Mountain originally until he swapped over. There is also Hassan of Sanctuary, which is her body is completely poisonous to the touch, and that's where like the kiss of death comes from.
History.
Yes.
All right, question 8.
Whoa.
Is
That's
it
a lot.
A, James Moriarty, B, Sherlock Holmes, C, William Tell, or D, Charles Henry Sampson?
I almost read that as
Henry.
Chris Hansen.
It is Chris, and
Famous.
it's the Fate character Chris Hansen.
Damn.
I want to say, I feel like Sherlock is too obvious, so I feel like Moriarty.
Yeah, that's my
There's a
thing.
sinister vibe going on.
I'm just looking. There's a lot of lights
Yeah, I kind of hate it.
and a lot of like stuff. So
Yeah,
I feel like
I'm
there
pretty
has
sure
to be a
this guy
thing-
killed Gustav.
I'm pretty sure Sherlock Holmes in
The fuck up.
the Fate universe, from what I know, is a woman, or maybe something else. I'm not sure. I'm gonna
Fate and
go
X-Men
William
having a baby.
Tell. I think.
Which one you going for?
See,
C, William Tell.
I think so.
I'm looking a lot at the puzzle pieces.
I don't
Yeah,
feel like this Moriarty. I feel like there's too much of.
It feels
the puzzle
like-
pieces actually.
like it feels like a Moriarty that would just like to beat Sherlock would just go random bullshit go and just throw all those lanterns.
Or shine a light.
I'll go
on
William
the
Tell
situation.
still. I think. I don't know. Could be wrong.
I'll stick with Moriarty.
Mm-hmm. Tom, are you looking in?
You know what? I'm gonna give Charles some love. Give me D.
DVD. Okay,
Cool.
Hagen, you won. It is James
What?
Moriarty. This is
Damn.
specifically James
Feels
Moriarty,
so good
ruler.
to be the best Fate fan here.
The
you get
original
well done.
version of James Moriarty is an older man in the Archer class. This is a different version of him, and his noble phantasm, the fan base was joking that he was burning down crypto. Sherlock, yeah, because it was like a bunch of screens and it's just set on fire and a bunch of money went on fire. Sherlock Holmes is a important character in the fake Grand Order universe. It is a guy. He has not been
Okay.
gender swapped yet. Now, in the future, it
Could still
anything
happen.
like I said, there is multiple different versions of characters. Very important. He is like a main character. William Tell is author, and Charlie Henry Sampson is, I believe, if I know correctly, either French or German doctor. Oh no,
Okay.
obviously a doctor. No, he might be the person who made the guillotine. Can't remember.
Oh yay!
Love those.
Yeah. Okay, question 9.
What?
I've seen this one.
Yeah,
Yep,
you would have.
Of course you
would
did.
have. Yeah. Okay, so
That's the one
This-
in. Yeah,
this is a long-haired pink woman with a blindfold on.
for real.
Is it A. Medusa Rider, B. Medusa Saber,
Suppose-
C. Medusa Lily, or D. Gorgon?
Well, Tom.
Yeah, go on.
No, Tom, which one?
I
Drop some knowledge.
I am so overstimulated by all the Medusas.
Well, I think it's safe to say it might be Medusa.
All these are technically just names for Medusa, even Gorgon. It's technically Medusa.
Doesn't look like a rider. Take with that what you will.
Hey, yo.
Don't make it weird. Doesn't look like a lily. I can't explain why though. I'm gonna go Saber. I don't know what the hell to say. Is that a
Okay.
chain?
Saber for
Do you have a chain?
Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really know, so I'm gonna trust the Wonder Woman fan in me and go with D.
D. Gorgon. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I do know this one.
Yeah, tell we will know this one.
Easy.
That's what...
Hagen, you're watching the show, man. You're watching Unlimited Blade Works. You should know.
I know. I
Look,
get confused with people's names.
this is Medusa
to be honest, I'm
Rider.
this is Medusa Rider. I'm pretty sure in Unlimited Blade Works they never actually say.
They'll just say Rider, mostly.
Just say Rider because, like, yeah.
Yeah.
So this, for some reason, I don't know why, Medusa just has like 4 different forms of her, all at different stages of her life.
Me.
Medusa Lily, the reason why it's called Lily is because there is like 3 servants so far that have like the Lily title to it. It is basically just a way to say child version of this character. Medusa Lily, there's Medea Lily, and John de Alta Lily. So it's all just the child version. Saber is the newest version of Medusa. I was gonna have that one as the one to pick, but the problem is every single version of her image that you get in the game is just her holding a blade of some kind. So I was like, it's too easy.
See.
It's before she gets cursed to become a Medusa Saber. Medusa Rider is between her becoming a Medusa because she was originally part of like a sister trio of gods, and then she gets cursed and becomes a Gorgon. Gorgon is the final version of her. This is Big Snake.
Snake Mommy.
Big Snake Mommy, yes. In one of the stories, she is like basically the main villain for a bit, and then it changes to Tiamat. Because Tiamat gets upset because humanity doesn't care for her and she has a mother complex. That's really it. And then she makes new humans that start just like eating people. It's crazy. Okay, for the final question 10.
What?
Okay, so Toby, you can't say anything because Toby
I'm
knows
lo-
useless.
I'm locking in on Ace just for the vibes.
So is it A, Roland? Roland's back. It's almost like I forgot I used their name already. B, Astalphos. C, Charlemagne or Charlemagia.
Charlemagne.
Or it's Charlemagne or Charlemagia. D, Brande Marte.
What are we saying, lads?
I'm giving it to Roland. I think Roland's
Roland.
the sleeper hit.
Yeah.
I think it's all been leading to this. I think this is Chekhov's Roland.
I've been leaving hints.
Yeah. Tom?
I mean, I was just gonna go with the one that I think is the least likely, which probably means
is?
that it is true, which was Charlemagne.
Charlemagne.
Alright. I guess I'm the final one to answer.
Yeah, okay, but one thing, these two, yeah, okay. I have another question for Tom and Hagen after this.
Oh no.
Okay. Should I say my answer then?
Yeah, you say your answer.
This is our favourite fanboy, Alstolfo.
It's a Stelphos.
Versus.
Damn.
So, yeah, so all of these are actually part of that French royal, Knights of the Round Table.
Royal
The Charlemagne is like the King Arthur, Roland's one, Astolphos, Brandamont, they all are part of that. Now, Hagen and Tom, can you guess the gender of Astolphos?
I don't think that's my right.
I disagree. I don't like this. Dare I say, I don't approve.
I don't think I think this is what we call a trap, and I don't mean the
Whoa.
character.
Whoa, we don't use those words anymore.
No,
Marker,
it's
it's not a trap.
Anime's changed since then.
Yeah, what the hell?
Anime may have changed, but you have not.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, I'm getting femboy.
Yes, this is a
It's
this
femboy.
character is notorious because they first appeared in the series Fate Apocrypha,
Yeah.
and people thought it was a woman.
Yeah.
And basically, I
One
think
of
in the
those.
first episode, the master that was summoned to, her whole thing is that she likes torturing people, and he was shirtless getting
So, yeah.
tortured by her, and people are like, "Whoa, we didn't know the show."
I would remember this clearly because you first see the servants be summoned as Stolfos upon one of them, and I'm like, oh, that's a girl, obviously. And then there's a scene where the master's just like torturing them for whatever reason, I don't know, getting off on it, and their shirts off and their nips are out, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't know this was that kind of show. I didn't know we were allowed to show that things on this kind of show. And then you just kind of clock it. It's like, that's a dude.
Yeah. There is a joke in Fate Apocrypha with another character who thinks it is a woman, and it's like we're at like a hotel or something, and he comes out of the shower naked, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing?" and notices like his massive wang or something. It's like, wait a minute.
It's like, wait, I
don't
thought you
see
would
it.
go.
We don't see it, of course. It's like the camera's cut off, but it's just like, whoa. By the way, in this show, there is Jack the Ripper, who is a small girl.
Yeah, little girl.
That's crazy.
Okay, so that's the end of the quiz. The fake
Hashtag
quiz.
not my Jack.
Not my Jack. There
Not
is
my
actually another version of Jack the Ripper as well from Strange Fake.
Yeah.
If everyone goes to the front of the quiz,
The first page.
the first page, the title screen.
Yeah.
So I hid a character on here in the top corner. This is a
Yeah.
Fate character. Can you guess who this is?
Is that legit? Like the
This
face
is
and
legit.
everything?
This is legit. This
Fucking
is a face
Pichu
she
is
can
what I
make.
think it is.
What the heck? Like even the drawing, like the eye and the mouth.
Yeah, this is a drawing people share for this character. Yes.
What?
No. Would you know this
Uh,
historical figure?
This is that's a cool, real question. It is sort of.
What? Like, is it Sandy Claus or whatever? Like, what?
Can we get some hints?
No.
No, the answer's no.
Adolf Hitler.
I don't think I don't think fate goes there, but another anime recently did.
What?
Okay, sorry, my mic broke. What was that?
We're just asking if we get hints.
Sorry, yeah, my mic disconnected or something was weird, and I just was getting no audio. So it is It's a British. It is a British character. All right,
Okay.
part of Britain. You could say it is definitely around the King Arthur era of characters.
Okay.
Is this Legolas?
That's a fucking Lord of the Ring character.
It's
That's copywritten that character. We can't use it yet.
it's Merlin, maybe different version of
No,
Merlin.
Merlin. Okay.
I know Merlin already has a form though, so maybe not.
I'm trying to think of Knights of the Round Table.
The
I'm
Lady
I'm
of
trying
the
to think of
Lake.
anyone. Like,
Maybe the Lady of the Lake, perhaps.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I'm just waiting for you to lock in your answers. I won't say anything. You can keep asking
I
questions.
can really
but I
feel
won't...
like it's gonna be something stupid. I'm gonna guess that it's Excalibur itself. The
Oh,
sword.
that's a good idea.
that's a good. Actually, fuck you.
Yeah,
I'm
following our
gonna
favorite game, Sonic and the Black Knight. Huh?
I'm gonna piggyback that energy and guess that this is Camelot.
the whole city, the whole town, the whole kingdom. All right, Tom.
We're waiting.
Tom,
you
come on,
lock
Tom.
in?
I'm waiting for my
any-
brain to actually think of someone. I can't not look at this face, and my
Do
brain
you
just.
want me to give you a hint of what this character is, like a trait? Because it is traits for these
Yes.
characters, like good, evil, and like what they are.
Chaotic good, neutral.
Is
Yeah,
it
it-
visual storytelling that Dante is aiming a Glock at her?
Maybe.
Actually, to be honest, in the story, Uh, so this character does have the dragon trait in Fate's like lore.
The
Doesn't
fuck
help
does
me.
that mean?
By the way, so does King Arthur has the dragon trait, so that gives you some.
I'm sticking with my guess. I'm
So
staying with the
Excalibur,
sword.
Camelot, and what's Tom gonna go for?
What?
Most British person here, by the way.
Literally. You should know all about King Arthur.
I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go.
What
King
happened to
Arthur,
British values?
You're just gonna guess it's King Arthur as
I'm
well.
just gonna guess King Arthur. I'm so
King
bad
Arthur
for
as
it.
well.
Literally,
There's
my brain
multiple
is not.
versions of King Arthur, so
There is multiple versions of King Arthur.
The problem with this
Okay.
image is I can't not look away from it to have time to think.
Lost
So
in memories.
I'll go down in order with the people. So, Toby, you say Excalibur.
yeah.
Excalibur is not a person. Excalibur in the Fate lore is very important. It's basically like the first thing ever summoned by the gods to destroy a titan that's going to like destroy all the world.
It could become a person at some point. like anything.
Camelot isn't a person. It was in Jerusalem for a bit in the Fate story.
That is true.
I
That is
It was
true.
placed there. Yep. Watch Fate's Grand Order. One night. I think the movies are called.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, or the Holy City of Camelot. I think the story's called. Very good
Right.
story.
Very good.
And Tom, you just say another King Arthur. This character does not have. It's semi-related to King Arthur. This is Melesi, or also known as Tamlin Lancelot, which is the fairy version of the Round Table.
was so ready to say Lancelot.
So
But-
Toby's more confused because Toby knows who Lancelot is in the Fate universe.
Yeah, like, what the hell?
So basically in the Lost Belt 6 story, instead of like King Arthur being Britain like human ruled, it goes the other way and fairies rule. So Morgan Le Fay, if you know who that is,
Queen.
basically she becomes the Queen of Britain and is basically makes her own sort of small round table out of other fairies and gives them the titles of the Knights of the Round Table. And this one is born from the Black Dragon's flesh. and is basically one of the strongest like beings ever made, and also will turn into a jet plane dragon to destroy the world. She is one of the calamities that will destroy Britain in the Lost Boys story. So this small white-haired girl will become a mechanical dragon and nuke the world. And we do get her out of the sky because we have to stop all the calamity story.
Interesting.
Well, I'm
Yep.
sure if this episode have served anything, I'm sure people are going to definitely want to get into anime, and especially Fate, after this quiz. Not confusing at all.
Not confusing at all.
Well,
I think this has
thank
been
you
a
for
very
the quiz.
educational episode.
I think so too.
I don't know
think
if
we
I've learned anything,
Quite a
but
bit
it was
of
definitely
history.
educational.
But it's the point. It's the
I think we
principle.
learned that we should all watch Fate.
Yeah, we should all watch Fate. We watch Fate Strange Fake.
Watch Fate,
It
watch
took,
Fate Stay
like,
Night Unlimited
3
Blade Works. Watch Fate Zero. Watch Fate Heaven's Feel. Watch Fate Strange Fake. Watch Fate Apocrypha, and then you could start with the main timeline of Fate Prisma Italy.
Don't watch Prism. That's a joke. Don't watch Prism. You will be put onto a list
Yeah,
if you
such
watch
a good
Prism.
movie. Oh, When the Snow's so good. And it doesn't deserve to be.
That is its fate.